Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to shoot a video talking about one of the chapters in the book. I want to talk about the one about boredom being your friend. And if you haven't got stagex yet, it's still on sale for 99 cents on Amazon. Should be a link on the page. If not, send me a message. I am working on getting a actual landing page for it. So an actual website page. It's being built right now, so it will be coming soon. But like I said, you can get it now for a discounted price on Amazon for 99 cents. And if you did like the book, please feel free to leave me an Amazon review because that would help just in general. And I love feedback more than anything. But this chapter, talking about boredom being your friend. Even now that's always been one that's always been a topic that was difficult for me, for many years, and I'm a lot better now where, especially being in the Marine Corps, there wasn't a weekend where I had to do something. I had to go out. I had to, just do something. Like, I felt like FOMO, fear of missing out, if I wasn't doing something that weekend. Like, I was like, I need to go out, I need to be somewhere doing something. It was like I was driven to consumption. And if I stayed inside for a weekend, I literally, in my mind, I felt like, oh no, like, this is bad, this is horrible, I'm not doing something this weekend, like, something's wrong with me. And in the book I talked about boredom being a friend, and going along with that, I think the reason was that anytime I had free time where I was just kind of there twiddling my thumbs, I would start getting really anxious and uncomfortable, and I needed to consume my mind with something. So whether that was distracting myself, I needed some kind of distraction, whether it was playing video games or doing something. But it was something that I always wanted to. I always wanted to feel good. So if it was like just hanging out during the day, it's like, oh, let me drink a little bit, no big deal, right? And that is what it is. But it was to the point where I couldn't be okay with just sitting there. And it might have something to do with the fact that ADHD or whatever, but I don't think so. I think it's just in general that I wasn't able to calm down and just focus on enjoying the moment, because I was always feeling there's something I needed to go get, something that I needed to do. And I think that's something that all of us at some point have in our lives, where we're consumed with there's got to be something to do. There's something more that we have to do, and there may be, but in those moments I feel like it's so important. And when I'm talking about with boredom being your friend, it's so important in those moments to actually recognize where you are and to not worry about what's coming up, not worry about, what has been, whatever, but to actually enjoy being where you are in the moment. And, that's why I think in the book, one of my examples was, literally just stare at the wall, right? Like, just look at the wall, and the intent behind that is not to look at the wall and be like, wow, that's a wall, it's really nice, cool. But like, to actually feel what it feels like to be in the moment, to be present, as they say. To just be there and recognize what really matters. And it's hard to put this into words, like the feeling, the moment, what it can be like, but it can be pretty powerful. I know for me, and it comes to an idea of like a meditative state, so to speak, where you're just kind of, your mind is clear. And it doesn't mean by forcing, you don't force like, oh, I thought a thought. No, it's coming and recognizing a thought popping into your head. So, when you're sitting there and you're staring at this wall, and thoughts are popping in, you're like, oh, you know what, oh, I need to do laundry, or oh, I gotta finish doing this, and oh yeah, well, I need to seize this time because it's Sunday and tomorrow I have to go to work, so I need to use all this time that I have right now to enjoy every second that I possibly can. And what you realize when you stop all that, is that time in a way slows down, but you also feel better. You feel your mind clears. You feel a little bit more focused on what you're doing, because when you get caught up in it, when they say you get caught up in something, when you get caught up in the day-to-day thinking and not able to enjoy boredom, because when you're in a moment that is slower, that is not busy and filled with content, with things to do, that moment seems uncomfortable, seems like something that needs to be avoided, like that something has to be done. So that's kind of what I mean in the book about boredom being your friend, and how when you can learn to enjoy moments of nothing, so to speak, you can actually realize that they're actually very full moments. Now, give it a try today. If you can, just take 10 minutes tonight. See if you can find 10 minutes, or right now, whenever. Find 10 minutes. Ideally do it right now, because, just like me, if I say I'm going to do something later, then it gets harder and harder to do if I don't just decide, you know what, I have time right now, I'm going to do it right now. Take 10 minutes, put away the phone, put away, whatever distractions are there. See if you can find 10 minutes alone, ideally, and just clear your mind, take deep breaths, and just relax, and just focus on something in the room. Try to focus on not consuming everything that's going on around you. So, like, sometimes people will say, focus on your breathing, because if you're focusing on your breathing, you're thinking about your inhale and exhale, and you're not focusing on everything else that's going on. Or, like I put in the book, if you just stare at a wall, you're focusing on something, and you're just like, eventually you don't really have anything else to think about the wall, and you're just kind of like focusing on it, and it kind of starts to make you become catching those thoughts. And then when you become aware of those thoughts and you're catching them, then that's when you can find the peace, the underlying comfort within it, and how you can find that boredom actually becomes your friend, where you can actually enjoy those moments and use that 10 minutes every day, or whenever, however long. That it becomes easier to do that every day, and that every day becomes better, more focused. Overall, just you're more focused on where you're going, and it's an important thing to use, especially if you're starting to, I guess you'd say fall off track, but let's say you already are off track, or if you've been doing good and you need to get back into it. This is useful. It's very similar to like a meditation, so to speak, and it's an important thing to do. I think all of us should do a little bit, even if it's 5-10 minutes a day, because it allows us to have more clarity in everything that we do, and we kind of get out of that, like, it all kind of plays together, when I talk about like the ego and all the things within stagex, the book, they all kind of play together. And how when you do something like this and finding these moments of boredom, and you're finding this 10 minutes every day to meditate, to clear your mind and just be there and be present, you find that you understand your real self better. So that ego kind of goes away, and all of it kind of plays together. You're finding the time of now. You're finding that presence within it. You're finding that things come to you easier in life, things that you actually want, because now you're more clear in what you want and where you want to go. And just give it a try. And of course, if you haven't gotten stagex, like I said, it's still available on Amazon. You can get it. If you want, just send me a message and I can give you the link. I might even just give you the book. If you really want it and you don't want to pay 99 cents, I'll just give you the book, to be honest with you. Because at this point, honestly, I just want to help people. I want people to get it, and I want the impact to be there, for people. And, unfortunately, Amazon makes me charge 99 cents, but, it's definitely more value than 99 cents. At least people have told me that. So, with all that being said, I hope everyone's having a great Sunday, a great week whenever you're watching this. And I hope you guys take care, give this a try, and we'll speak soon.